My name is Alan and I'm a Channel Solution Architect here at Realex Payments. And today we're going to look at 4 ways to improve conversion, looking specifically at the payment process. When online merchants are looking to improve their sales, their first recourse is often SEO. The logic being that more traffic will equal to more sales. But there are other creative ways to improve conversion, and a great place to start is the payment process. We've all been there before. You've got the product, you've got the site, but quite often the excitement then starts to die down when you realise your improved number of hits or traffic on the site hasn't meant an improved number of sales. A few small things that can help improve this conversion often get overlooked, and today we're going to look at one aspect in particular that often comes as an afterthought, and that is the payment process. No one likes parting with money, so the more barriers you introduce into your checkout flow, the less likely your customers are to complete that transaction. The first piece of advice is to ensure a simple and straightforward payment process. Payment should never be a painful part of the purchase. It should be simple and seamless. If you get this wrong, it can significantly impact conversion. It's not uncommon for payment gateways to require customers to leave your site in order to complete their payment. If this redirection breaks up the checkout flow, it may discourage potential buyers from purchasing, adding another abandoned cart to your collection. There's 2 ways to address this. The first is by keeping the customer on site for the duration of the checkout. This can be done by using a direct API-based integration or loading the hosted payments page or checkout page into an iframe on your checkout page. The second is by using a payment gateway that allows you to fully control the look and feel of the payment page itself, so you can retain all your own branding, styling, etc. So the theme of the store that the customer has just come from is evident on the payment page, even though it's hosted by a third party. It's vitally important to understand how your target market prefers to pay online. Visa and MasterCard are dominant in the UK, but it's a very different picture in other countries around the world. For example, if you want to expand into the US, it's important to offer American Express. In Germany, alternative payment methods such as ELV, SoFort, GiroPay are frequently used. And then in the Netherlands, Ideal makes up roughly 60% of online payments. We recommend that you accept a majority of the preferred payment options in the territories that you are targeting. Card is no longer king. Offering alternative payment methods and currencies remove barriers to shoppers while they check out. So the 2 main takeaways in order to ensure you appeal to your target market are, firstly, that you ensure that you offer the most relevant payment options in the markets that you're targeting. And secondly, that the payment page is translated into your customer's relevant language. Web access is no longer restricted to desktops, and with increasing capabilities of mobile devices, more of us are becoming comfortable using our phones and tablets to shop online. The UK is an early adopter of this technology, with over 40% of online retail sales being made on mobile devices. If you don't cater to mobile users, you're shutting out a lot of potential buyers. So the main takeaways for a seamless shopping experience would be, firstly, that your site is optimized for all device types. So what this will mean is, should your clients come onto your store on a mobile device, a desktop, a tablet, that checkout experience and that shopping experience for them is easy, it's straightforward, and it's seamless. All the content is positioned and laid out as best it should be for that device type itself. And secondly, it's no good having an optimized or responsive website if the payment process is clunky. So if you're using a third-party hosted payments page or checkout page, for example, if that's not responsive, if that can't be customized or take a responsive template, for example, or mobile specific template, then that's going to break up that checkout process for the customer, and all the effort that you've put into making your checkout process beautiful and responsive up to then is really no good, because they'll land on this third-party page and it won't be responsive. They'll have to pinch and zoom, and chances are they're going to drop off at that point. We now spend an awful lot of time and effort getting your store just right to ensure your customers keep coming back. Tokenization allows you to retain customer card details without all the PCI headaches that come with card storage. Next time a customer checks out, their saved card details will be available from a handy drop-down menu. They're then just one simple click away from their next purchase. Customers will be able to view their card details from their PrestaShop profile, and they can delete and up them when and as they need to do so. Choose a payment provider such as Realex Payments that can store card data in place of tokens. This alleviates much of your own PCI requirements as a merchant and improves the customer experience and transaction conversion rate. So the three main takeaways to ensure a seamless customer experience for those recurring customers are: offer customers the ability to store their card for future use, use a payment gateway's tokenization solution to alleviate much of your own PCI compliance, allow customers to store more than one card and clearly highlight the last 4 digits of the card so they can easily identify that card for subsequent purchases. So in summary, don't lose the customers you've worked so hard to get. If you cater for the requirements of your customers and you remove the barriers to entry, you'll see the total abandoned card/sales ratio decline and the number of sales go up.